If people can't read your website, they won't buy from you. It sounds obvious, but most websites still operate in only one language, even though their visitors come from all over the world. Today, I'll show you the simplest way to make your website multilingual and how a tool like Weglot handles the complicated parts behind the scenes. No coding, no rebuilding your site, and no guessing your way through complicated SEO rules. Why this matters. Most websites want the same things: more traffic, more sales, more trust. But if your site is only in one language, you're instantly limiting who you can reach. Most people prefer browsing and buying in their own language. Even looking at your own analytics, you'll probably see visitors from countries you didn't expect. They're landing on your site, but they cannot fully understand it. So making your site multilingual becomes one of the fastest ways to reach new markets and build trust. Now, the problem is that doing this manually takes a lot of time. You need translators, developers, testing, and constant maintenance. And that's where Weglot comes in. It promised something simple: connect it once and your website becomes multilingual automatically. Here's how it works step by step. What making a website multilingual actually means. Before choosing a tool, it's important to understand what a true multilingual website requires. First, the content itself needs to be translated, including menus, buttons, forms, product descriptions, and even hidden metadata. Second, users need an easy way to switch languages, or ideally they should be redirected based on their browser settings. And third, search engines need to know your translated pages exist. That means having language-specific URLs and using something called HRE flag tags so Google knows which version to show. This setup is possible to do by hand, but it's slow and fragile. Every update can break something. And this is the reason tools like Weglot exist. They automate the heavy and repetitive parts so you don't have to rebuild your site from scratch. How Weglot works in simple terms. Weglot connects to your website and handles the entire translation process for you. It scans all the content on your site, including text that might be hidden or coming from plugins. It then translates everything instantly using AI technologies from providers like DeepL, Google Translate, and Microsoft Translator. After that, it prepares the translated versions of your pages and connects them to a language switcher so visitors can move between languages instantly. From there, all your translations are stored inside the Weglot dashboard. You can edit them manually, use the visual editor to adjust them directly on the page, or even order professional translations. The whole system is designed to be hands-off while still giving you full control. Why this is easier than doing everything manually. When I first tried building multilingual websites the manual way, I kept running into the same problems. Some pages ended up only half translated because plugin text, navigation menus, and dynamic elements were easy to miss. SEO became confusing because I had to manage metadata and HRE flag tags myself. And every time I updated the original site, I had to update all translations again. Now, with Weglot, these issues disappear. It detects everything automatically, so nothing gets left out. It handles the technical SEO setup in the background so translated pages can get indexed. And it keeps all versions synced, so any new content you publish gets translated right away. Editing is also simple because everything lives in one dashboard, and the visual editor lets you check translations directly on the site layout. It also works with every major CMS and page builder, so you don't have to worry about compatibility. The AI translation layer explains simply. Weglot starts with an AI translation layer. This gives you a full translated version of your site in seconds, which is a huge time saver. But it doesn't just stop there. You can activate your own AI language model, which learns from your brand voice, your glossary, and your past edits. This helps the translation sound more consistent and natural. If a sentence needs tweaking, Weglot can generate alternative versions for you with shorter or longer phrasing. The other strong thing about Weglot is the human layer, which can be used as a backup or to fine-tune. You can change everything or turn it off if you don't want to use AI at all. The goal is to give you speed without taking away quality or control. Editing and managing your translations. Once everything is translated, you're not locked into anything. You can edit every line from the translations list or use the visual editor to make changes directly on the preview of your site. You can add teammates, copywriters, or professional translators to help with the editing. You can create glossary rules so certain words never get translated, like product names or brand terms. You can also exclude entire pages or specific sections that you don't want translated. Now, if you're still working on translations and don't want the public to see them yet, you can keep them private until everything is ready. So you get the speed of automation with the flexibility of manual editing. Why multilingual SEO matters? If your translated pages are not set up properly for search engines, they won't show up in Google. That's why multilingual SEO is such a big part of the process. You need language-specific URLs, proper hreflang tags, translated metadata, and server-side rendering so Google can see the translations in your source code. Weglot handles all of this automatically, which is important if you don't want to deal with technical SEO yourself. This setup allows your translated pages to rank in new language markets, often leading to meaningful traffic growth because you're suddenly visible to audiences you couldn't reach before. How to set everything up. Setting up Weglot is simple. First, create a Weglot account. Then, connect it to your website by installing the plugin if you're using WordPress, Shopify, or another CMS. Or you can add a small script if you're using a custom site. Next, choose your original language and the languages you want to add. As soon as you save the settings, your entire site is translated instantly, and the language switcher appears on your site. After that, you can open your Weglot dashboard to refine anything you want. You can use the visual editor, edit translations in text form, or bring in professionals. The site is live right away, but you can adjust everything at your own pace. Things to keep in mind. There are a few honest things you should know. AI translations are fast, but not perfect. So some industries or pages may need human editing. Not every page on your site needs to be translated, and Weglot makes it easy to exclude irrelevant content. Some languages take up more space visually, so you might need light design adjustments. And while Weglot handles technical SEO, you still need a real international SEO strategy if you want strong rankings. But even with these considerations, the amount of work saved is huge. The technical steps are done for you, and the ongoing maintenance becomes almost effortless. So that's the real process of how to make a website multilingual, and why Weglot simplifies something that normally takes a lot of time and technical work. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.